listeners, welcome to the Shooting Star Podcast with me, Denaisha.
And I'm Keisha Ayakana, who will get and interview our guest stars today.
Today, we will talk a lot of things of books and the positive impact of a lot of literature.
That's right. Now we already have our guest stars, which are our bookworm friends, namely Nadia Wanda Puspita and Kayla Tanisa. Hello guys!
Hi! Okay, first of all, can you introduce yourself and tell us what kind of book made you plunge in the world of literature and become really addiction to reading books?
Hello everyone, my name is Kayla Tanisa and people used to call me as Kayla, but I have a couple of pen names that I use for my writing purposes, such as Case, Anisha, Il, and Case. But actually my real life friend now me is Case. So, how I plunged into the world of literature. Actually, since I was a child, my father and my mother always taught me to read a lot of books. And since my father is also a person who really loves to read a book, I know some author from him, such as N.H. Dini, Hamka, and Helen Keller. As for my mother, he always taught me to write something and later publish on some web that with the help of her. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's when I was 5th grade, that's the first time when I have my first novel entitled IPA versus IPS. At the first time, I just read for fun, but eventually, I think, oh wow, reading is fun, and I want to read more books and more.
Oh, that's really an interesting story of yours, Kayla. How about you, Wanda?
First, my name is Nadia Wanda, but usually go by Wanda at the school. And first, I interested in reading books for the COVID-19 pandemic. So I spending all the time at home make me bored. So I reading Wattpad platform. And as my birthday gift, I visited Gramedia the first time, and this is my experience defined my interest. And I began to read books more frequently. And the first book I reading is Sophie Ward, and I was fifth grade.
Oh, Sophie's Work is quite a heavy book. After you read the book and start to plunge into the world of literature, what impact do you feel on yourself? Was there anything that changed significantly?
Well, I think impact to reading literature is increase my knowledge and my curiosity and decide. So many learn, so many there lessons to learn, and also help us to understand about so many things. As for me, I think after reading a lot of books, especially literature that not officially taught in school, my mind and my eyes open wider about the world and the condition that occurring right now. And besides increasing my knowledge, reading a lot of books sometimes can foster a higher sense of nationalism in me.
Nationalism? How?
Yeah, it increases the nationalism in me because incidentally one of my favorite genre is historical fiction. And from reading historical fiction, sometimes without realizing it, those books make your sense of nationalism increasing.
Wow, that's really amazing. May we know who is the author of the historical fiction you read?
For the historical fiction genre, actually Wanda and I have the same favorite author. She is Mrs. Leila Salika Hudori. This is some of her book, Pulang Namaku Alam and Laut Bercerita.
Oh, really? Leila Hudori is your and Wanda favorite author?
Oh yes, this Pulang by Leila Hudori and her book that Skylar Brock and another one by Leila Hudori that is with the famous and Angelita Laut Bercerita and Namaku Alam.
Can you tell us what Pulang is about?
Well, Pulang by Laila Kudari tells a big story about Bima Saria, a journalist exiles from Indonesia after the event the September 30 movement in the 1965. He settles to Paris with his wife, who are also political exiles. This novel portrays the life of Indonesia exiles abroad, their longing for home, and their struggle to survive and maintain their identity amidst the political pressures of the New Order began. And this one is spin-off from Pulang, entitled Tamak Walam. This book is still related to one of the characters in Pulang book, named Segara Alam. This novel tells about the story of life of Segara Alam, a teenager who comes from the political prisoners of G13 PKI, who tries to find his identity amidst the discrimination he experiences. This novel set in 1965 until 1985. This story tells us about the story of Alam family who are stigmatized by the society from being political prisoners. And I have to say that this book contains a lot of things, and yeah, I can look in here. I really love this book. This is one of my favorite books this year.
Wow, it makes me curious about the story, but I read it.
Well, I recommend this book for those who like heavy reading but are packaged in writing that easy to understand.
Aren't there any other books that you would like to recommend to listener to my like to read for those who don't really like to read?
I recommend books by Terlie, such as Hujan and the Bumi series, which are guarded to make you enjoy reading books.
Oh yeah, I also recommend some books from Terlie too. And perhaps if you're interested in the chapter and maybe you want to write your own story, you can start to write your own, whatever is in your mind, whether it's that a fiction or not. So you can have your own book, just like I do, like this.
Oh, really? You have own books right by you?
No, it's actually an anthology book. Yes, this is an anthology book. One of the author is me. And see in here, there is Case.
Is the book you wrote the one that you are holding now?
Oh yeah, this is the book that I am holding right now. Is one of the author is me, Case.
May you tell us a little bit about the story you wrote in that book?
Well, my chapter is titled Rumah. In here, you can see with a question mark. These chapters tell about the story of my journey in 10th grade when I make film project with my 10th grade friends, and this how actually this film actually happened to me. The confusions with one's own home. What is the true meaning of home actually, and where is my true home actually? Yeah, that kind of story.
Oh, it's the story about our 10th grade project.
Exactly, and you still remember, right, the movie that called as Rumah, and maybe if you're interested, you can check in the YouTube, the light pole. There's a movie called as Rumah. That's our 10th grade project film.
Ah, it's the feel so nostalgic.
Well, everyone, we have been at the end of the podcast. Thank you to all the listeners who have taken the time to listen to our fun talk about literature. Hopefully, today's episode adds little new knowledge and entertain you. May you always be happy anywhere and anytime. Kayla, Wanda, is there anything you want to say before we close this episode?
Well, I only want to say keep reading, everyone, because books are the storehouse of knowledge.
I just wanted to say thank you for everyone to our listener to podcast episode. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for listening to Shooting Star Podcast. See you.
See you.